Sorry, I have my microphone turned off. Hello everyone, I'm Kris, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to do pitch meeting It Chapter 2, and right after this I'm doing Home Alone pitch meeting. So, it's by Ryan George. He did the various sketches. It doesn't get a lot of views, but on those I don't really care. I enjoy doing them. I want to say you got to like and subscribe to the channel. I got this new flashlight, and so it's 160,000 lumens, which translates to being super duper bright. There's high, low, and then warning, seizure mode. So yeah, it's LED, it's rechargeable, and the bulb, if I turn it on and I put my hand over it, it starts to get really warm. I mean, it even tells you hot. I got two of these. They were 40 bucks each. They are rechargeable. I don't know if I said that. You just plug it in, USB. I mean, you obviously, there you go. There we go, Kris. It's USB. But it's nice if you have someone who breaks into your house, you shine this light in their face. I did it just to kind of do a quick whoo, and I was like, and I'm not, it was like 5 minutes. I was seeing a light. So I keep those around. Before we get started, though, we have to give our condolences to Pete. Poor old Pete and his family. They invited the YouTube community. It was 17 million people showed up. They were moving into a beautiful new home, 5 bedrooms. They had the father's mother had moved in because the father's father had recently passed, and they were expecting. And so, you know, they told all this YouTube community, and they were like, we're going to come together. We're just going to have this great thing, and, you know, we want to share it with you guys. And I was like, man, this is really not what I want to hear. So I just burned the house down with everyone inside. We lost a lot of good people that day. But you live and you learn, right? Should have had a brick house. A brick house. But they didn't. So we're going to go ahead and get in with this. Right after this, we'll get right into Home Alone with that Macaulay Culkin. Let's go.
So, you have a movie for me? Yes, sir, I do. It's called It Chapter 2. Oh, rhyming is tight, but chapter? That sounds like book speak. I don't want to have to do any reading here. Don't worry, sir, there's no reading involved. It's a sequel to the clown movie we made a couple years ago. Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, I hope Jared Leto's open to returning. Nope, not that clown movie. I'm talking about the one with Bill Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård? Bill Skarsgård. Okay, wow, I mean, what kind of car does Bill have? What? I mean, it must be pretty nice if he hired a guard for it. Okay, yeah, I'm confused. It certainly seems that way, sir. No, this movie's about Pennywise the Clown. Oh right, I like that one. It made us money. It sure did, sir. And this movie's gonna take place 27 years after the events of the first film, and Pennywise is back. Uh-oh, is he still super scary? You know it. Does he still sound like Winnie the Pooh sometimes? He sure does. Hello. Hello. So what happens in this thing? Well, the kids from the Losers Club are all grown up, like the main guy Bill. Now he's a novelist and a Hollywood screenwriter. The main character is a Hollywood screenwriter? Yeah, the hero is a Hollywood screenwriter, and he's making a horror movie for Warner Bros. Okay, I see what's going on here. And he's handsome and talented, and he has a beautiful wife, but other girls like him too, and he's just super successful. No, I get it. So you're gonna have to get a super handsome and talented actor to play me. I mean, play Bill. Yeah, no, okay, can we please move on? Great. So anyway, Mike Hanlon is the last of the losers still living in Derry, right? Okay. So he calls all the other losers and tells them to come home because they made a pact when they were kids. Right, with the unnecessarily deep cuts on their hands. That's right. So when Mike calls, the losers all have these crazy reactions, right? Eddie crashes his car, Richie throws up, Stanley, takes his own life. Oh my God. Yeah, so they all go back to Derry and meet at this restaurant, and Mike tells them that Pennywise is back, and they're like, wait, what? They all came back to Derry without knowing that Pennywise was back? That's right, because there was like this memory haze or something. The further they got away, the more they forgot, except Stanley, he remembered and hated it. If they couldn't remember, why did they come to Derry with such urgency? Unclear. Memory haze? Magic haze? Well, okay then. So then Pennywise starts to mess with them, right? He cracks open all the fortune cookies on the table, and out come these, I'm gonna say evil death Pokemon. Oh, evil death Pokemon are tight. Yeah, so then the losers are like, screw this, we're just gonna leave. That makes sense, that's a good move. But then Bev is like, I can see the future with my dreams, and if we leave, we die, and it's awful, and I have powers because of lights. What? Well, if they leave town, there's no movie, so she's a fortune teller now. Well, okay, sure. So anyway, Mike explains that they all need to go collect artifacts from their childhoods for a ritual to defeat Pennywise. Oh yeah? Yeah, but they're gonna have to split up to do it. That part's very important. Oh, how come? Because that works. So then one by one, they're gonna revisit places from their childhood, have a flashback where something spooky pops out, and then have something spooky pop out when they're adults. How long is that gonna go on for? Pretty much the entire movie. Oh. The only thing I'm concerned about is that the flashbacks happen around the time of the first movie, and all those kid actors have grown a ton. Oh, we could just de-age them with CGI. Isn't that gonna look a little strange? Oh man, with the technology we have today, yeah, a little. Oh, okay. And what kind of spooky scenes are we talking about? Well, a whole lot of CGI spookies. Wow, 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 wow. And at one point, the scary leper is gonna puke black stuff into Eddie's face. Very spooky. While Angel of the Morning plays. What? Oh, yeah, I thought that'd be really funny. But why would you want it to be funny? Well, I want every scene to be funny. Anytime there's a scary or sincere moment, we gotta shove a laugh in there ASAP. Sounds like we're gonna undercut a lot of potentially powerful moments. Well, this is a horror movie, and undercut is a pretty spooky word. Oh yeah, it is pretty spooky now that you mention it. Undercut. Whoa. So anything else going on in this thing? Yeah, well, it turns out Henry Bowers is still alive, so we're gonna follow him for some time. Oh, and what's he gonna do? Not much. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's gonna try to take out the losers twice and be defeated shockingly easily. Okay. Also, Bill chases a kid into a house of mirrors to try and save him, but Pennywise gets there first, and so everybody at the carnival sees Bill chase a child into a house of mirrors, and then that child is killed in there? That's right, yeah. Wow, it definitely sounds like Bill is gonna be the main suspect in that homicide case. Yeah, maybe, probably, now that you mention it. And how does the movie end? Well, we're gonna have this big showdown between the losers and Pennywise, and Eddie's gonna throw a spear into his mouth and then turn his back on him immediately. Oh, so he's gonna get stabbed in the back? No. Okay, yeah, he is. Yeah, I thought so. So yeah, the losers need to figure out how to defeat Pennywise once and for all, right? Oh, is that gonna be hard for them to do? Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, see, they gather around him and they just roast him. Oh, they set him on fire? No, they bully him. They bully him. Yeah, they call him a bunch of names. They call him a clown, and it just goes to show, bullying really does get you anything you want in life. Whoa, wait, hold on. We can't have that be the climax of the movie. That's just not true. Sure it is, you big dummy. Oh, that hurt my feelings, and now I'm inclined to let you do whatever you want. Great. I guess I was just concerned with what kind of message we're sending here. I'd be more concerned with the fact that we're gonna reveal that Stanley taking his own life was actually quite brave and helpful. Oh my God. Yeah, so what do you think? Well, it sounds like a fun movie, an entertaining way to pass 2 hours. What, 2 hours? What is this, a trailer? What, you want it to be longer than 2 hours? Well, one of people's complaints about the book is that it was way too long, and I just think we should honor that. I don't know, I feel like anything above 2 hours is gonna drag on quite a bit. Well, we're doing it, you big stupid dum-dum head. Oh, you bullied me again, let's do it. Hey guys, it's Ryan.
Yeah, I read the book for it. I liked it, but it did get weird. Okay. This is Home Alone.
I was told you had a movie idea for me. Yes, sir, I do. See, last month my wife and my brother went on vacation together alone. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. No, what? Don't be sorry. They accidentally forgot me at home. Are you sure that's what happened? Well, yeah, of course. Why else would they not bring me on a vacation to Paris? All right, okay. And so, I got to be home all alone. That's great, buddy. It was great. I ate candy, I watched movies, I went grocery shopping all by myself. Okay, to be honest, I'm not getting what the movie idea is, and I'm getting a little sad. Right, so I was thinking, if I'm having such an amazing time, imagine if this happened to an 8-year-old kid. You want to make a movie where A child's wife cheats on him? What? No, I want a kid to be accidentally left at home while his family goes on vacation. I guess my question is, how would that ever happen? Well, his family leaves on a vacation and they don't realize he's not with them. Yeah, but okay, it just seems like a really improbable thing. Oh yeah, I'm well aware. Okay, so... Well, I was doing some research and there's this thing in storytelling called the suspension of disbelief. What's that? They say that the audience sacrifices realism and logic for the sake of enjoyment. Oh, so the audience will kind of just overlook unrealistic things? Right, so I think if we exploit that to like an extreme level, we're good. Huh. Interesting. So I think I figured out like the perfect storm of unrealistic coincidences to get this premise off the ground. All right, you got me, I'm listening. Okay, so first off, the kid has to be part of a huge family. Like it has to be big enough that you wonder if they've ever heard of birth control. Plus some uncles and cousins can be there too. They also all have to be really mean to the kid so he can wish that they would disappear. Then they also have to accidentally throw his plane ticket in the trash. Then they also have to make him sleep in the attic so they don't see him when they're leaving. There also has to be a huge storm the night before the departure that knocks out the phone line so they can't contact him when they're gone. That storm also has to knock out the power. That way their alarms can shut off in the night and they wake up late for their flight. Also, the kid needs to sleep so heavily that he doesn't hear 15 people running around and yelling. There also has to be a random little kid that shows up at the exact moment they're doing a head count so they can get it wrong. Then we have to have nobody think of him even a little bit until they're mid-flight. So they really have to be like an awful family. They have to be the worst family. Oh yeah, also then the kid has to wake up and think he's magic because he wished that they disappeared, and they did. Wouldn't he just make the connection that they were supposed to leave on a trip that morning? You'd think so, but if we have him not understand what an airport shuttle is, he can look at their cars and be like, there's no way they could have gotten to the airport without those. So he thinks he magically erased his family from existence? Right. So just to be clear, we need to have all those extremely unlikely scenarios play out one after the other just to get this kid alone at home by himself? That's right. And this suspension of disbelief. Right, with that, people will just be okay with all of that. Apparently, yeah. All of that. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Well, then awesome. So tell me more about this kid, Kevin McAllister. Well, you know how his family is the worst? Yeah, I imagine he's like the only nice one in the family. Oh no, he's also the worst. Oh, he is? Yeah, he calls his mom a dummy and he's really snarky with everyone. He's also unable to pack a suitcase, like it's the end of the world for him to do that. And how does he get over the trauma of the situation? The trauma? Well, I mean, in Kevin's mind, he's essentially just killed his family with a wish. I imagine that's gonna be hard for him to come to terms with. Actually, super easy, barely an inconvenience. Really? Well, I probably should have mentioned before that Kevin is a psychopath. Oh yeah. We're talking complete disregard for the physical and emotional well-being of everyone he comes across in his life. And he talks to himself, kind of a lot. So he's happy that they're dead. He's thrilled. He has a little eyebrow celebration thing, and then he does all the exact same stuff I did when I was home alone, except I didn't shave. Does anything else happen, or do we just watch a kid go crazy at home by himself? Well, I'm glad you asked, because that's where things get really interesting. How's that? Well, it turns out that two burglars have their hearts set on breaking into the McAllister house. So why this house in particular? One of them mentioned something about it probably having some VCRs. VCRs are great, and they always will be. So these guys think that the house is empty because they've been casing the joint. Oh no. But Kevin finds out that they want to break in. So he calls the cops? No. Well, eventually. Eventually, why not right away? Because of the psychopath thing. Oh. I don't get it. Well, the bandits break in, but Kevin is like some kind of genius. Like he set up a bunch of intricate death traps that they walk into one by one. But you said the kid was freaked out about packing a suitcase, like that was too much. Oh, right. And now he's like a death trap engineer? Yeah, no, that's a mistake. I'll change the suitcase thing. That doesn't make any sense. Meh, it's probably fine. You sure? It's no problem. I could change it to something that makes the whole death trap engineer make sense. Nah, keep the suitcase thing. It's all good. Okay, so he's too stupid to pack a suitcase, but he's great at traps. So what happens with the robbers? Well, they somehow survive a bunch of very, very fatal injuries. Wow. Yeah, and in the middle of the robbery, it seems like they forget that they wanted to rob the house, and now they just want to murder this child. It becomes about murder. It seems that way. Because at a certain point, Kevin just leaves them alone in the house, and they don't take anything. Just focused on the kid, no more VCRs. Yep, so at the end, they get arrested because they tried to break in and murder a child. It's very dark. And then overnight, he manages to clean up all the traps, including some stairs covered in tar. And then his family comes back the next next day and immediately ignore him again. What do you think? Well, I think it might have some potential, but it's missing something, some kind of big selling point. Do you have anything in mind? Well, we could try the Christmas play. I mean, that rarely works, but what's that? That's when you make a movie take place at Christmas time, even if it has almost nothing to do with Christmas time. So people think, oh, this is a Christmas movie, I have to watch it. Exactly. Would that work if I just add in a couple of random Christmas elements? Well, it's certainly not gonna be a Christmas classic, but it's worth a shot.
That was good. That wasn't as good as the other one, but it was still good. You can see this was he was still early on because he didn't have as much of a flow on this one. Like they really exaggerated. Wow, 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 wow. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Anyways, I'm going to stop this here. I still have some more videos to do. It's Saturday noon, so I'm going to do a couple more videos today. I think I'm all caught up with well, no, I'm not. I'm in the middle of doing the Texas Killing Field documentary. I'm breaking that down. So, try to release one part a day. I think it's going to be broke down in 4 or 5 parts. So, we're going to go ahead and end this here. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a good night. Give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Probably should have said that before the other. And goodbye, but I'm going to keep talking. And